I mean, if I had told you a month ago that Micah Parsons would be wearing, Green Bay colors, you probably thought I was out to lunch, but it's actually happened.
It happened, and it's interesting too because would he play at all yesterday? Was he getting an epidural? All of the stories that surrounded that game before the game, and then I think he wound up playing about half the snaps, something like 29 out of 62.
29, that's exactly
I think
right.
what I read, and he was very impactful, and then put the coat on it, of course, by chasing Goff and sacking him from behind, but. There's no. They look so good. They look so good on both sides of the ball. They just dominated that game.
Well, the conversation that we were having on NFL Network, that Mariucci, in a very un-Mariucci-like way, he began to bristle and he sat up in his chair. Is again the analogy of the statistical analogy that we're hearing about Micah and Reggie White.
Mm-hmm.
That they're the only pass rushers who started their career with 4 seasons of 12 or more sacks, going from the NFC East to Green Bay. And Mooch is just like, hold on a second, hold the phone here about him being Reggie White, and I'm wondering if you have a similar
everybody's
stance here. Al.
Everybody loves to make comparisons, and in Micah's case, I mean, he is already a star. There's no question about it. But when it comes to anointing somebody. I always tell the Bill Parcells story. I did the Hall of Fame game years and years ago. I think Jeremy Shockey had a tremendous night, and he had not played a single game. Jeremy's a rookie, comes out of college, has a phenomenal night in Canton. No, he's going to be Mark Bavaro. He's going to be Kellen Winslow. He's going to be Mike Ditka. He's going to be the greatest tight end in history.
Yes.
And, of course, a lot of the post-game press conference dealt with that. And only the way the great bard and soothsayer Bill Parcells could put it, he says, boys, just put away the anointing oil, okay? It's real simple. So, I mean, to me, we're anointing everybody. Now, in Micah's case, I mean, he's already anointed because of what he's done to this point. But we love to make comparisons. Look, the game is different than it was. There's no question in Reggie's time. And I like it. I like to look at comparisons like this is enjoy them both.
Right.
It's everything is in a different era. And why can't we, it's like saying, what's the better meal? Well, sometimes you can have 2 fantastic desserts, right? Enjoy them both. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at comparisons.
And just in case anyone's wondering, I've been fortunate enough to have a meal with multiple desserts. In fact, maybe the last one you and I had.
Right.
So you mean what you say. But, obviously he's not Reggie White. It's just a sense. The only comparison you can make is when Reggie showed up in Green Bay. It gave everybody a boost. It gave everyone a sense of, okay, now we can really win this thing right here. And I think you're seeing, I don't know, obviously it's just one game, but you just get a sense. It was like a role reversal with Green Bay and the Lions on Sunday, where Green Bay feels like they have the Super Bowl shot and the Lions have question marks about them for their chances. That's the way I feel.
Right. And also,
that.
Jordan Love looked really good yesterday, and this bevy of receivers, and Christian Watson still hasn't played yet. I think he's on PUP. Mm-hmm. So they've got, and Jacobs didn't have the greatest day rushing until, in the fourth quarter. Their line was great, their offensive line. So, I mean, that's a real team. But, going back to Reggie, what Reggie did is not only made that team better, he changed that whole culture. Because when Reggie got sent to Green Bay or signed with Green Bay, everybody said, oh, no, Green Bay is the last place you want to go. We're sending you to Siberia. Mm-hmm. And when Reggie signed, all of a sudden, it became different. So different. He changed the whole culture up there.
Yeah, and then Favre obviously became Favre,
right.
And then that led to Rodgers, and now it's led to Love, and the conversation again is second season that Bart Starr won a title at age 27, same year, that same age of Favre, Rodgers, and now Jordan Love when Favre and Rodgers won their championships.
What were you doing at 27?
I was 1 year into my ESPN tenure.
Wow.
What were you when you were 27?
I was doing the World Series on NBC.
Yeah, you were.
As the voice of the Cincinnati Reds.
Come on now.
Oh, yeah. When we were 27, it was a very good year.
Calling the World Series at age 27.
Well, in those years, if you were the team announcer and your team won the pennant, and I'm with the Big Red Machine, Bench, Rose, Morgan, Sparky Anderson, Tony Perez, when we won the playoffs, beat Pittsburgh in a dramatic ninth-inning comeback in the deciding game, I got to do the World Series with Kurt Gowdy and Tony Kubek on NBC. And I think I've told you the story. Not that I was nervous when we came on the air, but this is when the World Series was, drawing 35 million viewers. And we come on Saturday afternoon at Riverfront Stadium, and there's a single shot of Kurt. Now they're going to pull out to include me. And the only thought I had in my brain, I was trying to get rid of it, was, please, God, please, when I open my mouth, let air come out. And it did. And we were off and running.
And yada, yada, yada. Here we are getting ready for another season of football for you, certainly on Amazon Prime. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app, 12 to 3 Eastern.